I'm going to start this video off with a brief synopsis. A character is given 2 tickets to an event, however they can't decide who they should bring with them, and they don't want their other friends to be disappointed. And so, in the end, they decide not to go. Now I reckon a lot of you are thinking, Celestia sent 4 more tickets so it was cool. The thing is, I'm not summarising the Ticketmaster. Yes, there's an episode of My Little Ponytails that has a similar plot to an episode of Friendship is Magic. And since they are so similar, I'm going to review them side by side to see how they compare and contrast. So, this is My Little Ponytails and the winner is, and Friendship is Magic, the Ticketmaster. The Ticketmaster starts with Twilight and Spike helping out on Applejack's farm, when suddenly Spike gets a letter from Celestia. As overblown as it is. And Spike reads it while Applejack and Twilight make funny faces.
Cordially extends an invitation to Twilight Sparkle +1 gift.
After the opening, Spike burps out the tickets. So how? Is this karma? This has to be karma. It turns out that it was all a dream, and Clover has to get ready for school. School that is with a slide. Okay. After which, she and her friends are huddled around the TV to see if they win the tickets to the concert, while Melody stuffs her face with ice cream.
And the winner is Clover from High Street West.
Huh, she's like the antithesis of Trouble Shoes. In fact, I ship 'em.
Great Chips, congratulations.
Chips? This is where my first point of contention is. Although in both shows the characters get their tickets around the 3-minute mark, Friendship is Magic episodes are usually around 20 minutes long, but My Little Ponytails episodes are just 10 minutes long. Nearly 1/3 of the episode is just them setting up the plot. Not only that, but Friendship is Magic plays the intro before Spike burps up the tickets, so you could say it only takes them 2 minutes to get the plot rolling. But the biggest question is, why? Why would they start with a dream of the competition only to show the competition 1 minute later? Filler? Well, that's silly because it'll just cause problems for the episode later. But I'll get onto that when it comes. The next day, Clover's tickets arrive, but she realises she hasn't got enough for all her friends. So, guess what? Another horrible song! Actually, as much as I complain about the songs in My Little Ponytails, this made me laugh.
Bon Bon Bright Eyes Melody, or one of the other 3.
So, what badly written song does Twilight sing? She doesn't. Yeah, Friendship is Magic doesn't feel the need to put some half-assed song into every episode. Instead, she offers her extra ticket to Spike.
No, and I plan to keep it that way. I don't want any of that girly frilly frou-frou nonsense.
Well, at least she offered. With that, the rest of the main 6 make their cases for going to the gala. Although Pinkie Pie seems to be the only one who wants to go for the party. That said, I think Rarity's reason is my favourite.
Him.
I am the worst. No, she's referring to Celestia's nephew. Wait, nephew? Does that mean that Celestia and Luna have another sibling? Or maybe he's Luna's great-great-great-great-grandson. After all, they must have thought they were mortal at some point. So do we see the Tails characters make their case? Not really. And this kind of gets back to what I mentioned earlier. Because the only ones we see make their case to go to the concert are Starlight, Melody and Sweetheart. If you can call this a case.
I don't care that I'm not going to the concert. Not a teensy-weensy bit. You're the only one.
Then again, it convinces Clover to give her ticket, so who knows, maybe it was all a clever ruse. I'm watching you, Fluttershy. But either way, the only reason we know that Clover said the rest could go is through an exposition dump. Well, after they all chase Clover looking for an explanation, they find her hiding under a park bench. I'll assume that's just a coincidence.
I can explain everything. I can't decide!
Jeez! After Twilight explains the problem of having to choose who among her 5 friends gets to go to the gala, all her friends start offering her favours to sway her decision. And once again my favourite is Rarity.
Twilight, it's raining.
You know, I like how there's nothing wrong with this image. Nothing at all. No animation errors that causes Rarity's umbrella saddle thing to be slightly to her left rather than on her back. Nothing. Actually, that is a thing I almost forgot about. Like the line between Rarity's head and horn. At the start, saddles were items of clothing. In fact, in the original concept, so were bridles, but that's what Rarity uses to try and convince Twilight to pick her. A saddle. And of course she has a matching ensemble, just like it. Wait, don't girls usually get embarrassed when they wear the same dress? Anyway, the Tails characters decide to pull names out of a bowl, and the winners are Melody and Clover, again. Then at the concert...
It's just not the same without the whole gang here.
Oh, don't worry, they're right behind you. And so are you for some reason. You know, complaining about the animation errors at this point is like beating a dead horse. No pun intended. We then cut back to the rest watching TV when they get a knock at the door.
Clover? Melody? What in the world are you doing here?
It just wouldn't be the same if we didn't watch the concert together.
Twilight is my bestest friend. Whoopee.
Pinky.
I do subtlety much not at all. Pinkie Pie's attempt to get Twilight's extra ticket to the Grand Galloping Gala.
The Grand Galloping Gala.
Uh-oh. Twilight beams back to the library and finds all her friends that are waiting for her decision on who gets the extra ticket. So she decides that if they all can't go, she won't go either. Ah. And then this happens.
That was fast.
My faithful student Twilight. 6 tickets to the Grand Galloping Gala!
So that was And the Winners and the Ticketmaster. And although they both have a similar synopsis, they are pretty much night and day. I mean, neither is great story-wise, but where Friendship is Magic does benefit from a longer episode length, it begins the story ASAP and allows the characters to make their case to go to the gala and then work off each other. My Little Pony Tale seems to pad out the start with dreams, school and a song, allowing for less time for the characters to make their case to go to the concert. And the second half seems quite rushed by comparison. That said, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the moral in My Little Pony Tales was better than in Friendship is Magic.
Go back to the Fire Nation!
Yes, the Ticketmaster was the start of the arc that would lead to the best night ever. But I doubt Miss Broccoli Pony would have given Clover 5 more tickets to the concert if she sent them back with a letter saying, there isn't enough for all my friends. And that's why I think the moral works better, because it's more relatable in a real world scenario. After all, unless you know someone like Celestia on a first name basis, they will be unlikely to hand out tickets at will. Apart from that, I've really nothing to... What?